Hey guys, welcome to Sincerely Speaking with Buki. I feel like I don't even know how to do my intro anymore because it's been like a really long time I've shot the video. That was 2022 and we're in 2023. Can I say Happy New Year in March? Yes, welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. I feel like I'm showing up as a new me. Do you get that feeling where everything about you just changed over time, and even when you look at the mirror you're seeing a different version of yourself? So people are going to be like, you're acting brand new. I feel brand new, but I know how I got here. I'm learning through life because, of course, sincerely speaking with Buki, so I'm going to be sincere with my journey. I just hope this channel gets better and more open. I'm probably going to be more vulnerable. I don't know how that is going to go because I don't like sharing my life, but this is where we are. And once again, welcome to this brand new Buki. I don't know, but welcome guys. So today I'm going to be talking about perfection paralysis because that is how we got here. This is the feeling you get when you're trying to do something, work on your new idea, move to a new environment, start a new job. When you're like, it's not imposter syndrome, but it feels like imposter syndrome somehow. I feel like imperfection paralysis and imposter syndrome are kind of related, but today is not the conversation for imposter syndrome. Let's still talk about perfection paralysis. Perfection paralysis is the reason why most of us are not doing what we really want to do. It's that feeling you get like you're not there yet, like you're not good enough, like, you know what, I'm just going to wait a little bit longer, or just wait till I can gather everything to be perfect. Or you've done a job and you're like, no, it's not perfect, so I'm not going to put it out there. That's perfection paralysis. That's your mindset playing a trick on you. Sometimes I feel like when we get too comfortable to a version of ourselves, we don't want to take the risk, and this risk that you're afraid to take would expose you to another version, a higher version of yourself, a better version. Whatever stage you are right now, trust me, you are good enough. As long as you're putting in work, as long as you've actually put in some effort, you are good enough. So stop feeling like the world is not allowing you pass through. The road is open. Just go as you are. Don't wait till you're perfect. Okay? Am I preaching right now? Okay, it's getting hot in here. So let's move to what you have to do for perfection paralysis. First and foremost, acknowledge the feeling. If you're denying the fact that you're feeling this way, you won't get help. So acknowledge the fact that you're dealing with this. I dealt with perfection paralysis for over 6 months now. I actually opened up and like, I don't know why it's hard for me to do certain things or even put out YouTube video, because I feel like, oh my goodness, my old videos, they suck. Yeah, don't go looking at them, but it's okay. That's the journey, that's the beauty. So first thing you want to do is acknowledge the feeling inside of you, and next step is to show up. Whether you are good for it or not, just show up. It's the audacity to show up. Sometimes that thing that you're afraid to show up for, the person that doesn't have that enough guts or certification or qualification or talent, they are doing it just because they had the audacity to show up. They showed up. I mean, show up with your legs shaking, with your anxiety, your heart feeling like it's going to explode out of your body. Show up. Sometimes it's all about showing up, is all about saying your mind, because people would not know until you ask for help. People will not know to help you. There's a way they used to put it, like, na person wey open mouth the leg go full, because if you don't say you're hungry, who would know to feed you? Some people want to help you, but because you're not showing up, they don't even know how to come in. You get it? They'll be like, you're not serious. Meanwhile, you're dead serious. You just need to show up. Another thing you have to do is when you're showing up, don't show up like everybody want to do what everybody's doing. I don't know how that works. Show up with new perspective. Show up with new idea. Be fresh out of the box. I mean, even if you've been doing certain things in the old ways, it's time for you to just tweak it a little bit. Don't be afraid to show people that, see, we're changing things over here. If I used to talk like this before, this is how I want to sound now. If I used to laugh at this joke, it's no longer funny, or I'm coming up with new jokes. You have to get it or you bounce. Yes, show up as the new you. Show up with fresh ideas, fresh perspective. I mean, it's okay to tell people that I see where you're coming from, but that's not where I'm coming from. Change the address on them. Change the way you talk, change the way you sound, change the way you dress, change the way you show up. Certain people are expecting you to show up so they can attack that version of you. But by the time you show them that, you know what, that's expired version. This version of me, I'm going to keep trying. I'll try it with my legs shaking, with my voice shaking, with things not working well for me. I'll still keep showing up. Yes, that's what I'm doing right now. I feel like things are not really arranged, but I'm still showing up. It doesn't have to be perfect, like, oh, I need this superior setting, I need these CEOs, these top influencers, this, you know, you just paint this wonderful picture. It's good, but sometimes you have to just show up with this idea and know that you would walk your way up. So just show up with fresh perspective, change things around you. I mean, this channel, I don't know, I might be changing some things, but I'm starting with changing myself. I'm not coming here thinking that I have to just shoot a video for the numbers, though the number is actually important, so please subscribe. But I'm showing up because I feel like I'm enjoying this journey so much. I just want to share with you. So another thing I would like you to do is embrace your imperfection. There are a lot of imperfection that we feel. It's kind of personal, it's kind of physical, it's kind of internal, it's kind of coming from wherever it's coming from, within us or around us, and we feel like, okay, I don't want people to be exposed to this side of my life. But the moment you acknowledge that side of your life, trust me, nobody, I repeat, nobody can use that against you. Embrace that imperfection. Don't be angry about feedbacks. Don't embrace it, welcome it, take your imperfection and work on it. And sometimes you don't even need to change your imperfection, you just need to embrace it. I mean, I'm talking about myself right now. I needed to embrace some things I thought were my quirks. The way I speak, the way I talk, the way I laugh. I mean, there was a point I didn't even like the way I laughed. Can you imagine? Ah, oh my goodness. The old me, I always embrace her because that was a lot to deal with, having to meet up with standards of beauty and everything. But right now, you can't tell me nothing. I'm the sexiest, most beautiful girl in the world. If only I'd gone for that audition. You see, it stopped me. I didn't go for any audition that has to do with modeling. And guess what? I'm tormented till today. People would ask me, are you a model? Did you ever model? Are you doing anything in relation to modeling? Da 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 da. Whatever. But we're here. So embrace your imperfection. Your imperfection sometimes is your gift. Is your gift. You don't have to do it the way everybody is doing it. You don't have to look like everybody. The moment I started embracing my imperfection, the beauty inside of me just went from 10 to 100 times 10. Yeah. 100 times 10 and more. I just started enjoying everything about my imperfection. I talked about this on my Instagram, about how I had this scar on my leg and that would make me wear short things. And the moment I just saw it, like, you know what, everybody's going to live. That's my journey. That's what's unique about me. This is Bookie. When you know yourself enough and you know how your journey has been, because nobody's on that journey with you, you just have to show up. So embrace your imperfection in whatever you're doing, whosoever you are. You don't have to have long straight legs. You can be so, you know, your height and rocking it. You can be your size and rocking it. You know, you can have your job not being perfect and still pushing it. Just put it out there. Like I said, some people want to support you, but you just have to start. Start bad, show up the way you would love to. Sometimes it's the way you dress. People are going to judge you. Who cares? People are going to have something to say about you. Who cares? You might face rejection. Who cares? But what's that from rejection, basically? So just show up. It's hard. It's the hardest. It's the hardest to wake up, dress up, and say, today I will show up. So I think I'm getting to the last part. This would be, take the next step possible. Yes, because sometimes we have all of these great ideas, or we have a job at hand and we feel like, oh, it's really bad. I used to have serious anxiety if I'm doing something and it's bad. Oh my goodness, I could start crying. People don't know this about it. They think I'm a strong girl. I'm not, though. If you give me a task that I'm getting through but I feel like it's not good enough, because in my head I like things to be perfect. If it's not perfect, I'll just like I feel like when I was growing up, they always tell me I'm very nonchalant, and I'm like, no, it's just that I learned to actually throw things off. If it's not working or it's not good for me, I'll give it up and move on to the next thing. And guess what? That didn't take me far. Not at all. But I've learned that if I'd actually embraced that journey, if I'd actually be consistent with taking those little steps, I mean, there were still obviously other steps I could have taken and gotten to the point I wanted to get to or beyond. I missed out on all those things. Sometimes I look at things that I've actually done in the past, because I've worked on so many creative things, and I just threw them off. It's crazy. Just take the next step possible, okay? Don't give up your dreams. Don't throw away your ideas. You want to be an artist and you don't know how you're going to get your stuff to the museum or to maybe art gallery or exhibition. Start with showing people around you this is what you do. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. Let people see your journey. I feel like that's also beautiful. Like let people see your journey, that you're trying, that you're making effort. Someday you would actually look back and you'll be so proud of yourself. You're not proud of where you are, like, oh, I'm the master and everything. I don't even think that's where it's actually sweet. I think the sweet spot for me is the journey. So take the next step possible. Just find out how it's going to work. Just find out, figure it out. I feel like my younger sister told me this, and I've been thinking about it, but it kind of emphasized this point. Just start. She said, you know what, you have like a bank of good ideas, you're very creative, and you just don't do anything because you're waiting for it to be perfect. I'm like, yeah, read me. And she was like, just do it any which way. Someday you would get everything you need. Take the next step possible. Take the next step. It doesn't have to be the best step. It's just, like I said, the sweet spot is the journey to perfection. Because when you get to the top, you really want to get to the top, you're anxious, you're like, I'm really hungry for the top and everything, and you miss all the journey through the people that you meet along the way. I mean, sometimes you'll be frustrated, yeah, you scream. Sometimes there will be accolades, sometimes there will be correction, sometimes the journey is just like ebbs and flow, which that's generally how life is. It's never like flat. I mean, if it's flat line, you're dead. So when you get to the top, that's why so many people, they'll say they're rich and they're sad, because along the way they forgot to have fun while trying to get the money. They forgot to be so friendly with their colleagues, with their co-workers, with their staff, with their anything. It's not like you're like giving off too much, but just enjoy the fact that these people are here, because we're like very fluid. At some point people would leave you, then you have to target another thing, then you move up, then you move up, then you move up. That's why people say it's lonely at the top, because along the way you never made any connection, you never was friendly with anybody, and it's really going to be lonely at the top. But you see those people that you see at the top that they usually know how to have fun. It's because they've learned to manage everyone along the journey. They've learned to pick and choose. They've learned to see. So while you're trying not to give up too much, learn to hold people that really matters. Yeah, that's just what I'll say. I don't know how that ties to taking the next best step, but just enjoy the journey. And last but not the least, don't give up. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. Don't give up on your dream. See, something about the universe I've come to understand is it likes a stubborn soul. If you're very stubborn, you're very persistent, consistent, and demanding, the universe one day will be like, I beg, let's just answer this babe. Let's just answer this guy. Even toasting somebody, say at some point, either the person agrees or they block you. I'm just doing this video and not understanding exactly what I'm doing right now, but I'm not going to give up. I'm still going to put it out. I think at this point I'll just wrap up the video because of time. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and of course I will be bringing content like this. I don't know, this version of myself, things would keep changing, so don't think I won't change. Next week I might be something else, but all the same I'll be bringing out genuine content, sincere content, because we're not coming here to lie. And I'm still looking forward to the day I get to have people on my channel. That's the dream. I'm not giving up on it. Never, never, ever, ever. It might take a while, but when things are good or I manage to find the next step possible, I would invite somebody on here. But for now, I'm Sincerely Ibuki on Instagram. Please subscribe to my channel, and if you want to follow me on Instagram, that would be great. Yeah, thank you. So from me to you, of course, is always peace, love. I don't even know if my love is loving these days. Love, and bye bye. Yay.